The lock 3 is a sequence for the rotator cuff, and if you want strong, pain-free, stable shoulders, or even to alleviate some stiffness through the upper body, especially through the shoulders, neck, and upper back, then you probably want to pay attention to the rotator cuff. Now, I'm going to show you the 3 movements that are involved, and we're also going to omit one if you are experiencing some pain, but these first 2 you can start with right away. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our front, and I've got weights here, but you can do this without weights, so it's kind of choose your adventure, though I'd recommend to use plates rather than dumbbells if they lift your hands off the ground. We can use like small hand weights, but typically anything bigger is going to disrupt the movement. And we want to do this on the ground because we want to get our head on the ground. We want to be flat. You can put a mat underneath you if you want. I'm just going to do this on the floor. But I do recommend that if you're feeling a little bit suffocated and you're putting your head on the ground, then you can put something underneath your forehead just so that you can be a little bit off the ground and you don't feel so close to it. So that's just a thought. So what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our front first, and we're going to go back of the hand down towards the ground holding the weights, and then we're going to do 15 to 20 reps lifting our arms up to the ceiling as high as we can go. So this is what it looks like. You don't need to overthink this. All we're looking for is to keep the arm as long as it can be and to get the hands as high as they can go while still keeping the forehead on the ground. What we're going to do after we got 15 to 20 reps is we're actually going to just turn our hands. So I had the palms or the back of the hands down on the ground. So now I'm going to go palms to the ground. We're looking for the same movement. As you're running through this, I want you to imagine like the ground around you is covered in eggshells. We don't want to crack those eggshells. So you are taking your time to lower the weight under control and making sure that they don't slam. As you get tired, that's going to be harder and harder to do. So feel free to take little pauses in between until you get to the assigned number of reps. Then from there, we're going to go hands out to the side. So we're still going to go palms down to the ground, and we're going to do that same lift. So if you're already experiencing some pain through the rotator cuff, that's probably the one that's going to aggravate you the most. So in that case, I wouldn't do it until you feel capable enough to do it and there isn't any sort of sharp pain or discomfort. But the first 2 are definitely a green light. One thing about this last movement is sometimes you can start to feel that up into the neck. The reason why we have our head on the ground is usually to disengage the upper trap, and so that we can get some more movement and basically work out of the back of the shoulder and our sort of mid-back postural muscles. So if you start to feel that in the neck when the hands are out there, then placing the hands just a little bit lower can sometimes help, or just making sure that the shoulders just stay down away from the ears. So ideally, you're going to do 1 to 2 sets of those for the assigned number of reps. You should have a ridiculous pump behind the shoulder, and ideally, that's going to transfer over into, well, you can do this on its own as a standalone throughout the day, or you can do that before a workout, especially a pressing workout, or anything that's going to require any sort of overhead pulling, and just notice how that makes you feel going into that, because I have a feeling that that's going to feel a lot better in a lot of ways. All right, good luck, bring it.